Welcome to Carcassonne. The objective of Carcassonne is to score the most points by placing tiles to expand and discover a unique map of cities, roads, monasteries, and farms, and claiming them for yourself along the way. But first, let's get started with the setup of the game. This is Novice Player Club. We read the rulebooks, so you don't have to. Carcassonne is a game for 2 to 6 players. Each player picks a colour and receives 8 pieces, called meeples. Place 1 meeple for each player on the scoring board at 0. Keep the other 7 next to you. You'll use them later on to claim features. Find the start tile, which has a darker coloured back, and place it in the centre of your play area. Allow a medium to large, flat surface to play. Shuffle the cards with a light grey back, and place them in equally sized stacks around the table, facing down. Any player can pick from any of these stacks. Pick a player to start. Official rules state the youngest player should start, and then continue in turn clockwise. On your turn, pick a tile from a random stack, and place it around the starting tile, matching the edges of the card, as in road to road, field to field, city to city. If you want to claim a feature of the tile, you place one of your meeples on top of it. You can only place a meeple on the tile you've just drawn. You can't place it after or on a different tile. And here's where the fun starts. Roads. You may claim a road by placing your meeple on top of it, only if that road is not already claimed. Other players may add or complete the tiles that build the road that you are on, but they can't claim the road for themselves. They can, however, grab other features within the tile, like a city, monastery, or field in the tile that they have placed. You can claim points for a road when it has been closed at both ends. For example, when connecting it to a village, city, or monastery, or even by looping it to itself, like so. To score a road, count 1 point for each tile on your completed road. You can now remove the meeple and reuse it in later rounds. To keep track of your score, move your meeple on the scoring board, adding the number of points you have just scored. If you complete a lap, grab a 50-point tile and keep it close to you for reference. Flip when completing a second lap and continue grabbing point tiles as needed. Cities. You may claim a city by placing your meeple within the city walls. You complete a city when all of the walls of the city are closed. As with roads, you may not place your meeple on an already claimed city. However, you are allowed to place your tile next to an unfinished city, but beware, your adversaries still have a chance to close that city for themselves. By this, we mean that other players or yourself can place adjacent tiles to the city, which may contain city walls. These can be claimed by whoever has placed that tile. If you or your adversaries then eventually merge cities with multiple players within it, the points are won by the player with the most meeples within that city. Unless that is, if there is the same number of meeples for each player within the city walls, in which case all the players contesting the city get the total points for that city. Keep in mind that you can only place 1 meeple within connected city tiles. What this means is that you may not defend your city by adding more meeples, one next to the other. To score a city, you count 2 points per tile of the claimed city. Tiles with a blue and white coat of arms in the corner add another 2 points. You may now return your meeples to your stock. Monasteries. When you draw a monastery tile, place it anywhere on the map where the edges match. Claim it as always by placing your meeple. You complete a monastery when all tiles surrounding it in a 3x3 square have been placed. A complete monastery is worth 9 points. 1 for each tile that surrounds it, and 1 for the monastery itself. Once completed, draw your piece back. Okay, this is where it gets a bit more complicated, but be prepared, as the strategists around you love to get sneaky points this way. But if you find it a bit complicated, you can skip them until you're used to the basics of the game. Farms. You may place your meeple lying down on a field, but be aware, once it's down, you may not retrieve it for the duration of the game, unlike the other meeples. effectively losing this meeple for the whole game. Your aim is then to have as many finished cities around your fields. The end of a field is separated by roads and cities. For each complete city that lands in your fields, you add 3 points to your score, but you will count and score the points once the game is finished. But we'll get to that in a bit. As with cities and roads, other players may sneak a farmer that initially does not touch your fields, but then is connected during other turns. Whoever has the most meeples claiming that field gets the points. But if there's a tie, all players contesting the field get all the points. So that's basically it. You might feel overwhelmed, but try around and help yourself with the cheat sheet. You can pause here and come back after you've run out of tiles. We will go through a few more details, and most importantly, we'll go through finishing the game and the final scoring. It's your turn. Have a go. Quick claim. In some cases, you might find that you complete a feature within your turn that has not been claimed by anyone. For example, you complete this city within your turn. It might sound obvious, but if you have meeples available, you claim the points by simply showing your adversaries your available meeple. You then score the points without the need for placing and retrieving your meeple. Sneaky claim. We mentioned how you can be sneaky and steal your opponent's cities or fields, but you may have noticed the same trick works with roads too. In this example, the green player claims a road first. Then, on a later turn, the red player claims a separate road that's connected through the fields on their tile. As more cards are placed over subsequent turns, these two roads eventually merge. When the connecting piece is placed and completes the feature, both players share ownership of the road. As a reminder, here's how to sneak into cities and fields. The red player claims a city early on. After a few turns, the blue player places a card that can potentially merge with that city. The blue player then claims a field on their tile, and the red player later secures joint ownership of it by merging the field tiles on a subsequent turn. To keep things clear, here's the key rule to remember. Multiple players can share a feature, as long as their claim sections weren't directly connected at the time of placing. Have you run out of tiles to draw? Then the game is finished, but not before adding the points for your incomplete features. You might find it helpful to remove the meeples as you score each unfinished feature, as so. If your road is incomplete, you may score 1 point per tile of the unfinished road. If your city is incomplete, you may score 1 point per tile, plus an additional point per coat of arms. If your monastery is incomplete, you may score 1 point per tile directly surrounding it, and don't forget to count the monastery itself as 1 point. Finally, we count the points for your fields. First, identify the area claimed by each meeple farmer. The player gets 3 points for each completed city that touches the field being scored. If more players have farmers in that field, the one with the most meeples gets the points. If it's a tie, then the points are scored by both players. And don't forget to use the scoring tiles every time you complete a lap of the board. Okay, that's it. And now, with all the points counted, whoever's highest wins. You've now completed your first round of Carcassonne. Hopefully, with our help, the first of many to come. If you found this walkthrough helpful, share this video with your friends and drop any tips and tricks you find useful in the comments below. That's all from us at Novice Player Club. Like and subscribe to keep on top of the rulebooks. We're just getting started, so your support means a lot. See you again soon with more fast board game rules at NPC.